when it comes to Jeff Keighley. I myself have a love-hate relationship with the man. I respect everything he's done in the industry, but I feel like he's awfully convenient when he wants to do something that I feel is like maybe for a business perspective that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, like moving dates back for certain games but not back for other games.
Listen, there's agendas to be pushed, and y'all voted this dude in. I never wanted him in. When the person that benefited the most from E3 going away, this is him.
I like the award show because it's not an award show. I like the reveals, right? I like the new trailers. I like seeing Blade shown last year. Right? I like the unknown of what's going to happen. As an award show, it's meaningless.
Welcome to the Iron Lords podcast.
We got a lot going on right now with the video game awards. Jeff Keighley, obviously, when it comes to Jeff Keighley, I myself have a love-hate relationship with the man. I respect everything he's done in the industry, but I feel like he's awfully convenient when he wants to do something that I feel is like maybe for a business perspective that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, like moving dates back for certain games but not back for other games, or just the way he moves in general. I do feel like sometimes he lets the business perspective of his companies hurt the actual product, and I understand everything's about money, but sometimes if you don't have a good product, you're not going to get that money next time. And I feel like sometimes he'll come out there and like rushing people off the stage that got game of the year, or we've always had like a love and hate relationship when it comes to it. I do feel like we are part of the problem. We give this man plenty of traffic. Us just saying that this is coming out. When is the Video Game Awards this year? December what?
I have no idea, boy.
Yeah, December something.
I think it's
someone.
Well,
someone in the chat.
I don't know.
I know someone in the chat knows. You guys seem to know everything, apparently.
I know it's on a Thursday.
So the 12th, yeah. So it comes down to it's just like I want a good mixture between announcements and awards. And if you were to have to give some of those minutes to the people that won the awards, then I would prefer you to take it out of the announcements and not the awards. Because obviously what they're not doing is they're not taking from the ads. So if you're not going to do that, have like one or two less trailers. Give these people the time they need to actually speak their bars and stuff. But there was one particular thing, obviously we could talk about anything Video Game Awards, but there was one particular thing I wasn't feeling. And Forte, actually share your screen and let's read this sucker, man. Let's read this sucker.
Sure. All right.
Yeah, this, I don't know. I wasn't feeling this, man. And I need my therapy. So we need to read this statement. And there's a particular thing that could be happening, man. So let's read this.
Here you go, right here. All right, are DLCs, expansion packs, and remakes, remasters eligible? The Game Awards aims to recognize the best creative and technical works each year. Irrespective to the format of the content release, expansion packs, new games, seasons, DLC, remakes, and remasters are eligible in all categories. If the jury deems the new creative and technology work to be worthy of a nomination, factors such as newness of the content and its price/value should be taken in consideration. So the biggest thing we need to take away from this is they actually put this in writing in the actual bylaws of what the Game Awards is now. Up until this point, we know that that remakes were a part of it because we did have, I think it was Resident Evil 2 actually got nominated for Game of the Year. So we know that it was always something that could happen. But this
it was the DLCs now. Expansions can be
expansions
part of it now.
And everything.
And apparently BG looked up and they did change it this year. This is changed.
We went back into the Wayback Machine and looked it up. And yeah, this was something that was literally added on the date, which was yesterday.
Yeah, to me, you could stop sharing.
Yes, sir.
To me, I don't like this. It's one thing. I didn't like remakes. I didn't like remakes being considered for Game of the Year, because I feel like you're just, obviously Resident Evil 2, stuff like that's a little bit different, because I do feel like that was the ground floor for like next level remakes, but still they're remakes. They're old bars, painted a new light, showed again. And to me, it's kind of disingenuous that a game could win Game of the Year twice. Like Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 4 Remake. I don't like that. But when it comes to this, it's just like, now we're trying to put expansions. So now a game that came out this year that probably deserves that spot is going to get overlooked by Elden Ring's DLC. I don't like that, man. We'll start with King, because I started with the guest, the whole topic. We'll start with King on this, King. Man, am I alone in this? Are you okay with them having Elden Ring? Look, and I loved Elden Ring. I recommended it to everyone, but I don't feel like an expansion should take away from a brand new IP being in that Game of the Year.
Well, make a category of DLC of the year.
Facts.
So you can eliminate that. But listen, there's agendas to be pushed, and y'all voted this dude in. I never wanted him in. When the person that benefited the most from E3 going away, this is him. Y'all all champion E3 going away, and y'all never been there. That's
the
like
chat
saying,
wants a poll. Let me put a poll in.
that's like saying, oh man, I want them to abolish Disney World. If you've never been there and you on board with that, go to the place first. Go to Mecca first. Go bow down to the great gaming gods and see what a E3 is before you can say you don't want it to be there. Because I can guarantee you, everyone that has partaken inside E3 would never side on that side. So that y'all sided with him, and his only benefit was to destroy E3 so he can rise. So now y'all got to deal with Keighley. This is Keighley's world, and y'all are just part of it. So whatever rules that he comes up with, y'all got to deal with.
What we needed to do, King? We need to
have
come
our own
together with our whole community, Weapon Wheel, hip hop, and we need to have our own awards.
Yeah, and we also need to get a rent out. Hey, y'all go upstairs. Go, get out of here. Yeah, we need to get a space and hold our own in person, because the whole thing with E3 was in person. Listen, I don't watch any award shows. I don't watch VMAs. I don't watch BETs. I don't watch the Grammys. I don't watch anything because I don't care. And I don't care about this. I don't care about any of these games winning Game of the Year. I don't care about none of that stuff, because 9 times out of 10, my backlog makes me play a game that's a year out. And I'm yelling out, oh, this game is hot. But it was Game of the Year before.
Put a 1 in the chat if the realm would watch an ILP rewards. I don't even know what you would call it. The Iron Awards.
The Iron Lords Awards. Oh boy, don't even make me part of that, because then I'm gonna have to be absent. I don't care
and we
about
would
it,
do
bro.
that. We would do it in January, because I want the whole year being part of it.
They would do it in January, and I would have Dirt sit in my spot, and he can go over that, because I don't care about telling somebody what is the Game of the Year. I don't really care about this guy when it comes to this stuff.
But
now,
here's the
Summer
thing,
Games
like,
Fest is cool,
if we have a community and we have a platform and we don't like what he's doing, wouldn't you say the best thing is show him how to do it better?
No, a lot of other people don't like what he's doing. I don't care what he's doing, because it's not just a him thing. This is just a me thing. A me thing is I don't like award shows in general. I don't like looking at the landscape of everybody's hard work and picking one and saying, I choose you. Some people didn't agree with that.
The Iron Lords Awards sounds pretty. I'm gonna be real with you.
And that's fantastic. Put down there minus King, because I don't
I ain't doing
care
it
about
if you
this
ain't
stuff.
gonna do it.
Don't do that. Don't put that level of pressure upon me.
I ain't doing it. If all 4 of us ain't there, what's the point?
I'll be there in spirit. I have my doppelganger Dirt. He'll be there.
Dirt.
Listen. It's just fundamentally, I believe that every game that makes it across that finish line to get produced and played by gamers is the game of the year for the people that enjoy it, right? So fundamentally, I have a problem with that thought process, right? Because I do see the hard work that goes into it. Again, there can only be one winner, and there's a bunch of losers. And if you guys want to pick one game to be a winner, good. You want to sit through 7 hours of people advertising stuff to you because that's what it turned into, and turned less into what it was in the beginning when he was scrounging around looking for dollars. Now that he doesn't need it and he gets all the money, it's an advertisement show, it's a placement show, it's a product placement show.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong there, man.
That's
You're
why I
not
like
wrong.
New York City Game Awards. Not because of what it represents, because when we're there and we're participating and you get a chance to talk to everybody there and their games are there, I know it's hypocritical to say I'm more about the atmosphere opposed to the actual winning, even though we presented an award to somebody to win. I had to be part of it. I had no choice. But I do like the atmosphere. Well, if we all can participate, fine, that's great. But again, I don't like the premise of awarding somebody one thing when everybody worked hard. And sometimes my game of the year doesn't coincide with Forte's game of the year. It just doesn't work that way.
Do you think, because obviously, you know, Jeff has to run an organization. He's got to make money. He's got to add advertisements. I don't mind the advertisements as much, but it's like you're on an internet infrastructure. Like, you don't have no one to, like, really answer to. If you got to... My biggest issue is rushing people that won awards off the stage. That's my biggest issue.
No, my biggest issue is when he goes to break or whatever after commercial, you see awards popping up on the side of the screen for individuals who worked hard on their game.
He'll give like Kojima like 10 minutes of a show and then rush like 5 awards back to back.
Yeah, back to back.
Yeah.
I literally had to hold my tongue because I was going to say some buck wild just now.
Yeah, it's just that's my biggest issue, man. It's like, look, like when he does that, the Summer Game Fest, that's the place to do that, where you rush trailers out. But it's like, but when you set up that you're doing an award ceremony to respect and reward and celebrate the whole gaming industry and the people that make games, to me, it's disrespectful to rush them off the stage. That's just me. Mav, what's your opinion on the matter, man? What you feel about the video game awards?
Oh man, I just noticing King almost dying down there over something. Dude, I like the awards show because it's not an awards show. I like the reveals, right? I like the new trailers. I like seeing Blade shown last year from Xbox, right? I like the unknown of what's going to happen. As an awards show, it's meaningless. And I know it means something to the people that are winning the awards, right? But if you actually look at it for like, okay, are things being properly considered, properly evaluated? Is everything being included that should be? Are the categories done properly? Who are the judges? How is the transparency of this whole thing? The fact that it is in December and not after the end of the year, where some of the biggest games every year don't even get to be included in it, which just absolutely makes no sense whatsoever, because traditionally in games history, holiday season games have been some of the biggest games. And to have an award show that is built to exclude the biggest games of the year that don't ever get acknowledged the following year, even if they say, oh, they're eligible, it never happens, right? There's numerous reasons that discredits this as an award show. As a spectacle, a fan of gaming, it's worth watching, but the awards are just an excuse to have this event, right? The awards was the original point of the awards was to draw people in to be able to have the show of advertising and make money off of, you know, all the people that are going to be submitting content and ads at the shows, right? That's Keighley's whole thing, and that's his business of all these shows that he's doing, and he's benefiting greatly off of this stuff. So for me, when I look at the moves like this that he's making, it seems like, okay, well, it will probably happen is, oh, people picked Shadow of Erdtree for Game of the Year. I better put this on the website so people don't freak out about it when it wins. You know, and it's like there's no rhyme or reason And he could try and stand behind it. Well, because I want these people to be the ones that decide everything. And like, no, if you're gonna have an award show, take it seriously. Like, if you are trying to be the award show, take it seriously. Show respect to the people that are winning the awards, because at the end of the day, if all things are not being considered properly and everything, what did these people really win?
Yeah, I feel you on that.
I like it for the entertainment value. We always co-stream it, like to watch and see what's going to happen, but the awards themselves are a joke.
I think especially we go for the
somebody sent me something crazy that almost killed me.
We realistically we go for the announcements. Let's be honest.
Yep.
Like
that's really it.
No, the awards were the original draw because he didn't have the announcements to have yet. So how's he going to get people to watch? You have awards,
and
right?
Then we can be honest with this too. We do put a little bit more emphasis on the game of the year. So we have Crown our Lord. I assume next week's going to be Crown Our Lord. To me, especially with the putting, expansions and stuff in Game of the Year, kind of makes me just want to like, nah, we ain't doing it this year. But we don't really necessarily do it for us. Our community likes the back and forth bickering that goes on. So it is what it is at this point. Because King's there for the Crown of the Lord stuff, but he's never really there for the streaming. We don't really want to watch that thing half the time. We do it because we know you guys want us to react to it. I got no issue with it, but at the same time, it's just like, I just don't like the way it's ran half the time. I feel like it's mad disrespectful. And it's funny when the Kratos, Christopher Judge was doing that thing, I thought they were playing that music to amp up what he was saying, not to tell him to get the hell off the stage.
Yeah, to get him to get off the stage.
Because that's the first time we've ever seen someone get rushed off like that. Because most
that
people,
was
I get
disrespectful.
Well, he went for like 20 damn minutes, man. It's like so, like
but still
at a certain point, right?
But they ain't do that for other people though that were up there on the stage for a long time though.
Well, exactly. But the point is, after that, like every person got rushed. But then what I had an issue with was the following year, because they let him ramble as a joke to begin, and then the next person that immediately won, they cut short.
Yeah.
And that one was an actual meaningful award, but you gave Christopher Judge more time as a joke because of what happened the year before. Like, come on, it doesn't make sense.
That's my big thing. It's just like let's be. If you're going to do a Game Awards, do a Game Awards. I do appreciate the announcements. I do. I don't think no one is going to deny that we don't appreciate the announcements, but I do. But I think when it comes to that, man, is that pretty much everyone good?
Yeah, good, man.
King, you good?
Yeah, I almost died, but it had something to do with Kojima and Jeff. It was just ridiculous, and I was about to say it, and it's ridiculous. Anyway, I almost died twice. But Hamish, that wasn't true. That almost killed me. He was sending me something too.
Remember we had like Kojima announce his podcast? I mean, like stuff like that is just like. Some of it, like you can tell a lot of the stuff that Keighley does is self-indulgent. Like, look at me, look who I have here with me. Or you have like Troy Baker talking about doing interviews and stuff about remasters and stuff about stuff that's like 2 years away. Like, I mean, nobody cares about seeing that stuff at these shows. I just don't. I don't get.
I just like the announcements. Everything else is
the announcements
whatever.
are great.
So. Yeah, and I hope this year that they show the announcement of God of War, the original trilogy, where actual Kratos was Kratos and not this sad dad, taking care of somebody else's kid.
You really got an issue with that Kratos, don't you?
I can't stand him. Imagine somebody taking your greatest character, and imagine them taking Master Chief and taking his butt cheeks out on the screen. Imagine them doing that, right? How did you feel when you saw Master Chief cheeks and his helmet off all the time? That's not the guy you signed up for. And you could not stand the fact that people like that dude. Yeah. Now you feel it, right?
I was pissed.
It felt like when they showed Mike Tyson's butt cheeks the other night for no damn reason. I was like, what the hell y'all did that for?
Yeah, you notice the camera like panned down.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
you
like
set
a
it up. Like, what is this about? Oh, hold on. See, I got to take my glasses off because I can't read them.
Well, I'm gonna read them afterwards, after the topic.
Yeah, no, it was this one. There's only one.
No,
Bruno
there's a couple.
Ramos.
There's like
Oh,
4
it
or
is?
5. Yeah,
Oh,
there's
okay.
a couple of them.
Oh, my bad.
All right, is everyone good? We're gonna
Yeah,
move on. All right.
We're done. That's it, right?